In this video, we are going to discuss adding images to your Schoology course and some different ideas on how to find copyright-free images that are safe to use within your course. So you'll see in this course, I do have a few images. What's nice is it makes the course a little bit more engaging and more aesthetically pleasing. It also adds an element where if you have young students in your course, or even older students, I don't think age really matters, but this is a fraction folder and I used an image that displays fractions. So they know, they get an idea of what this folder is going to be about, what content's going to be in there. So I'm going to show you how to add some images to your Schoology course. I'm going to just simply add a folder. You call this folder ELA. And I'm going to select a color for the folder. You can keep them all the same. Some teachers have designated certain color folders for different curricular areas. It's completely up to you. And you'll see in this rich text area, I have an insert content button. This is something that I'm sure you've been gotten more familiar with as you've paced yourself through this course. If I select this, it will have insert an image. If you are not in a folder, let's say you're in an assignment, it would say image media, because then you could also upload a video if you wanted to. In a folder, you only have the capability to upload an image. So I'm going to select this and it will have me attach the file. I have some on my desktop. And I'm going to select the file and it will pop it in there. You'll see that I have some options where I could make it bigger if I want to. I could add a description. There's some capabilities that you have, or I usually just keep it how it is. And I might type some guiding information for my students. So here's a full image. I can select it and center it if I want to. So that works really nice. And then if I create it, you'll be able to see that this now has an image attached to it. If I wanted to add an image to different materials, I'm just going to add an assignment for an example. You'll see that again, I have that rich text editor, and here you'll see image or media. I can simply go and attach. If I uploaded a video, it would encode the video automatically for me, which is really nice. And here's an image I have here. And I can add text around it. I can use any of the items with my rich text editor. Just gonna make this ungraded because I just want to use this as an example. So if I create this and then select the assignment, you'll see the image pops right in there for my students. Another way to do adding images is I could go to look at different images and I can right click and I can copy image and I can come back to my Schoology course and let's create a page. And I can paste that image in here. So there's just another way to do it, to copy and paste it. That might not be true for all images, so it just depends. And there are limited editing features, and you just have some alignment options, left or right. I can make the border a little bigger so that text doesn't butt right up to my image. So you'll see it put a little border on there, as well as I can make this bigger by increasing the pixels, or actually made it smaller. So just keep those things in mind, that you have some of those options when you're adding an image. I'm just going to call this page and I'm going to create it and let you see what it looks like. So you'll see what you see is what you get really for this. Another way to do this is if I wanted to, here's a llama. I love llamas. If I right click on this image, I can copy image location and I can go back to my Schoology course and I can create a discussion question that perhaps I want to use that image. And if I click on the insert content, insert image again, if I say from the web, it's going to ask me if it's an image or media. This is image. And I'm going to paste that link in and insert the media. And it just pops that llama right within my description here. So if the image allows you to copy and paste by using the location, the URL location, then you're good with adding the link that way. So, and then you'll see that the llama shows up right in the image. Another way to look for images is to do a Google or Bing search. And when I search for a certain item, I can go to settings and I can ask for an advanced search. So by going to an advanced search, I have some usage rights here. So I can look at not filtered by license, free to use or share, free to use or share even commercially. And then it goes on to even being able to modify or modify commercially. So I generally do free to use or share. I am putting it into my Schoology course, which is password protected and with fair use rules. As a teacher, online courses are considered face-to-face teaching, so I have a little bit of leniency there. So if I go to my images, I'm in that search parameter, so I can use any of these images and pop them into my course. So with this image, I can copy the image or save the image as. I can copy image location. That's like using the link. I'm going to show you that again. I'm going to add this image to my folder as an assignment. And again, I go to insert content, image media, and I'm going to select from the web and I keep it on image. And you'll see we'll pop my cat image right within. And this is a humongous image, obviously. So if I select it and click on the edit field, I can make the dimensions smaller. I tend to keep them under 300 pixels because I think it just makes it more manageable. And there's my cat picture. Let me just make this ungraded and I can create it. So that is just a few ways to add copyright-free images to your Schoology course. Please make sure when you are adding images that you are looking at the copyright rules for those images or using sites like Pix4Learning or Flickr copyright images in order to be using images that are copyright-free. Another type of material that you can use for imagery in your Schoology class is the feature that is called the media album. I'm going to show you how to create one. I'm just going to title this test media. So this would be, I would title this appropriately for my learners and what the objective of this assignment would be. And I would add details on what or instructions on how they were supposed to use this media album. It automatically is default to be published to students. It allows comments to be enabled and instructors and students can add media. So let's think about this tab for a second here. So if I turn this off, only myself as the instructor, the administrator of the course, can add images. So if I had my students create some different images, like maybe they drew something and then submitted it to me as an assignment, but I wanted to share those images, I could simply make it this media album for myself to upload those images for the students. Or I can have my students upload their own images and add a caption, as well as allowing other students to comment on those images. Please make sure you think about digital citizenship and remind your students about appropriate behavior in an online course. So I'm going to turn that on so instructor and student can add media, and I'm going to click create. Immediately, it's going to ask me to add an image. If I don't want to add an image, I would simply click cancel and it would create the media album. But as the teacher, I probably want to provide an exemplar for my students. So I'm going to attach a file. I'm going to do a math image here. And I'm going to add the media. It will bring me immediately to my media image that I added. I can add a caption if I want. So I can say, I like math and I use it when I cook. And I can save changes. So now if I go back to my album, my caption shows up there. So you could have students, you could use this in numerous ways. I could do it as a social emotional learning exercise where students are uploading an image of how they are feeling right now and then adding like a 6-word caption. I could have my students uploading some artwork that they've worked on, or how they solved a particular math problem, or a picture of a poem that they wrote, like maybe a haiku or something like that. So just thinking about different ways that you can add media and have this be interactive. I use it a lot for gallery walks because students can then add a comment. So if I click on this, a student can write a comment here. So you would see the different comments. As the administrator in the course, I can delete any comments that may not be appropriate. But again, it's nice to have for you to talk to your students about this. So this is one way to use a media album. I can continue to add media, so I am not limited to one image. So think about that with your students as well. If I don't add my caption right away, maybe I navigate away from my picture, I can simply go to the next, because I'm the only one who's added images right now. And I can edit my caption to add a caption here. So as the creator of this image, the uploader of this image, I have some editing features. So that is it for inserting copyright friendly images into my Schoology course, as well as adding a media album.